A day after Jiten Prasada left and joined the BJP, I'm joined by somebody who was a co-signatory with him. And you have today tweeted saying that it's about the ideology, and you're quite committed to the Congress ideology by a tweet you reflect. So what exactly needs to be done? Because every time there is somebody leaving, the party leadership is blamed, but nothing is done to correct it.
Well, I don't want to comment on what party leadership has done or not done. You see, the point is that we have reached a state in Indian politics where decisions of this nature are not based on ideology at all. They are based on what I call now Prasada Ram politics, right? You had a time when in Haryana we used to call Aya Ram, Gaya Ram politics. Now it is turned into a Prasada Ram politics. In other words, we've seen this happening in West Bengal. Suddenly people leave because they think the BJP is going to succeed. They get tickets from the BJP. One of them has become the leader of the opposition. This is all Prasada Ram politics. Means you want to fight elections not on the basis of your convictions towards an ideology, but your conviction that I might get something personally, right? That's become Prasada Ram. That is Prasada Ram politics today, right? This has happened in Madhya Pradesh, where all those people who left the Congress became ministers in the BJP. There's nothing to do with the ideology. So what kind of politics do we have? The same thing in Karnataka, the same thing in Maharashtra, right? So the point that is of concern to me, and which is why I did the tweet, is that today politics is turning into a stepping stone for personal gain, which I call Prasada Ram politics. Right.
But unless the Congress addresses its core issues and gets its own house in order, this is a wake-up call. And there have been a number of wake-up calls, but you all don't address the core issue. And the Congress leadership, for example, Rahul Gandhi or Sonia Gandhi or Priyanka Gandhi Vadra, don't address the issue, so they will definitely have Prasada Rams.
No. Even if those issues are addressed, and if you feel, if somebody in the Congress feels that this issue has been addressed, but I am not getting anything, he still does the same thing. So it's the nature of politics today. It is no longer a question of whether Jatin may have good reasons to leave. I do not blame him for that. I blame him not for the reason that he left the party. I blame him for the reason that he joined the BJP. My issue with Jatin Prasad is not that he left the party. If he felt sidelined, if he felt he was not being listened to, that's his decision. But for a person who says that for 3 decades I have been wedded to the Congress ideology, with what sort of face can he say that now I am embracing an ideology that I was opposed to for 3 decades? What kind of politics is that? And the same we are seeing around. So therefore, it's from Aya Ram, Gaya Ram, it's now Prasada Ram politics. And what happens in the process is the person on the ground, the worker on the ground, the ordinary people on the ground feel that these politicians are all unprincipled folks. We cannot rely upon them. And this is what is happening now throughout the country. Even with the present establishment, the present government, people are losing hope. Why? Because that's also unprincipled. This very party which talked about principled politics, with what face do they take somebody like Jitin Prasad? Because it's all unprincipled. The UP election is coming. So he belongs to a particular caste. That may be an equation that they may have it in their mind. But what kind of politics is this? So if people lose faith in the way the system functions and the way we politicians function, they lose faith in democracy.
But you're not,
that's my worry.
But you're not introspecting within, because you were one of those G23 signatories. Of course, you were not there at that meeting with Congress President because you were in Dubai, but others spoke. There was, a pathway to go forward. There was to be elections. That hasn't happened. The core issues that Mr. Jitin wrote along with you and a host of others have still not been addressed.
But that's true, but that's neither here nor there. That doesn't have any impact on what Jitin did. If these issues have not been addressed, they must be addressed. They should be addressed as quickly as possible. They have not been addressed, that is true.
And what
right?
we say,
and we will naturally continue to raise those issues. And if at some stage, some point in time, the party tells me that we don't need you, I will leave it. There's no issue on that because I'm not in it for myself. But I will never in my life over my dead body join the BJP, who I have opposed since my birth as a politician. That's my issue with Jitin Prasad. My issue is not that he has left the party. Please understand that. That's the point.
No, you're making a very powerful statement, but many people today want to look at their own political relevance.
That's the problem. So what's the point of being a politician if that's all that you want? If that's all that you want, have you seen Republicans just walk and become part of the Democratic Party? Have you seen that? Have you seen the Conservatives becoming Labour and Labour becoming Conservatives in any sort of flourishing democracy? Have you seen people in the European Parliament moving from one party to another in this fashion? This is not how democracy should function. You see, the clashes should be clashes of ideology. Movement forward should be my idea of where the nation should go versus your idea as to how to take the nation ahead. That's the clash that must be bred in the political system for India to move forward. What we are having today is just crass prasada.
But sir, I still come back to the core issue. We have to address the Congress party's
Please
own-
ask them to address. Don't ask me.
Who? Whom to ask?
Whoever is to address.
The Rahul Gandhis
I am
and the
not
and
commenting. I am not. Look, Sunil. I am not going to comment on that. You may ask me 100 questions. There's no point in this.
no, no,
All
I
I'm-
agree with you. But you know, but the core of the issue is that unless we address the core issue, we will never be able to address that.
So therefore, we say Congress must become the grand old party that it was. For that, we need reform. We have presented an agenda of reform. If they haven't addressed it, they haven't addressed it. And as I said, at a given point in time, if they tell me, I don't need you because I have my own way of doing things, fine. We will move out. I will at least move out.
But
And
you don't
but
believe
I
that
will
you-
never
you-
join the BJP.
But you don't want to fight within the system to reform.
We are fighting. What else are we doing? What else are we doing? The fact that we have continued to fight, continued to raise these issues, and been very circumspect. At a time when COVID was on, we said nothing. At a time when the nation was in difficulty, we said nothing. Even now, we don't want to say anything. All that we want to say is, it is time to listen. You see, any person, whether he is the head of a corporation, or is the head of a family, or is the head of an organization, if the head stops listening, then that organization will decline. So the art of politics is perfecting the art of listening. All that we want is that the Congress party should listen to us.
Very powerful statement here by Mr. Kapil Sibal saying over his dead body will he leave the Congress party and join the BJP. He's quite clear about it, but believes that within the Congress party reforms are required.